allow me to present Java AI-powered code generator, JAIG. So this is the tool which I will be demonstrating today. I will provide some prompt and it will generate response. So it will be working with API, not I will demonstrating not ChatGPT, I will be demonstrating work with the API. Why it is sufficient? Why it is so important? Because of prompt privacy. You can find on OpenAI site the commitment that ChatGPT Enterprise, this is a special version of ChatGPT for big companies, and it is very expensive, and API platform as well as API platform are committed to be secure, are committed to avoid any leakage of the data. And if you, for example, if you provide your prompt with sensitive data, with client data to API, they promise that this data will not leak. It's not completely secure just because anyway you send it somewhere outside to internet. It can be hacked somehow, yes. And there is another option to use local LLM, but local LLM at the moment are much weaker. And in all benchmarks, ChatGPT is the most powerful of contemporary LLMs. Okay, and I will demonstrate it in the code generator. So we will take the prompt, and also we will get the sources included in the prompt, and then we will get response. Okay, and let me start demonstration. So this is demonstration project, and first of all, so these are the prompts, and first of all, I will open requirements. And first of all, first thing I am going to do is to describe requirements. We will be building educational platform, educational system. And I have Copilot installed here. So it provides me some hints. Yes, what can be added? I can agree by just pressing tab, but I will not agree. I will add, for example, what are requirements for our educational platform, educational system? Possibility to add new student, possibility to add new teacher. I will not use it. Possibility to add new course. It gives me suggestion, so helps me. And now it should allow to enroll student to course, get list of students enrolled to course, and get list of courses student is enrolled to. Okay, that's fine. That's enough. And okay, we can save. And for this purpose, we didn't use JAIG. We were using Copilot. Copilot is very helpful in some cases, but it is not as powerful as JAIG. So the next thing which we will do, we will create, based on the requirements, we will create use case diagram. And for this purpose, I open this prompt. This is a prompt, and this is inclusion. So this file, the contents of this file, will be included into the request to ChatGPT. And I am pressing this button, and it is starting to generate the code. And this is the code for use case diagram. And we can see it. Okay, this is the use case diagram generated. We have 3 roles, admin, student, and course. So we have generated diagram. So this was initial prompt. This is the real prompt which is sent to GPT. So you see this file was included inside. Yes, so it is included here. And okay, we have this file. And this is the response from ChatGPT. Okay, fine. This is the first example, and we continue. So here we have the analysis of requirements, the first use case. And now we're going to build the domain model. For this purpose, we will include requirements to this document and include use case diagram response. So this use case diagram will be also included. And we are asking to create a class diagram for domain model in plant UML. So I will execute it, and it is starting to generate code, and it will save the result to this file. So, okay, it is generated. This is the response. And I can open this file and see the result. Okay, for now, I will close JAIG. This is the result. So it is saved here. We have this user as the superclass. We have two subclasses, student and admin, and course and enrollment, because we have relationship student many to many between student and course. Okay, this is fine. And okay, we basically have a good model, but why this prompt is so long? Why do we have so much things? Why we don't just ask, create a class diagram for domain model in plant QML? Let me try to do this way. I will generate this code. And okay, this is, and you can see it is generating educational system. I want only to generate domain model, but it generates educational system, the whole educational system with many things which I actually do not need. And that's why I add some more details, classes to create. I list the classes to create, and okay, I regenerate, and now it will create these classes, but still I will have some problems with these classes. Okay, it is generating, and you can see, so basically it is much better now. It is much better. It is, in this case, it is almost close to what we expect. So, but it depends on the generation, because it is undetermined, and the next time it may give some another result. So the behavior is indeterministic, and I do it one more time, and you can see here we have received another result. Here we have received these methods: login, logout, many methods. We do not need all these methods. We need only the fields, only properties of the classes, yes? So I will give more details. I am telling, define only properties and relationships between classes. Okay, and I will regenerate, and now it will provide only properties, no methods anymore. Yes, no methods, it's already better. So I can see how it looks. Okay, it is good enough, and I add some additional details. So use ID as primary key for all classes. So you can see ID is used here for user, but for student, it generated student ID, and for admin, admin ID. So it's inappropriate. This is incorrect. And so basically I create first the basic prompt, and then I am looking at result and try to clarify what I want, what I expect to do. And okay, for example, I'm telling use ID as primary key for all classes. It is regenerating, but still we have some problems. For example, here we are having string, and this is not a Java type. And I want, for example, all types to be Java. And I'm telling use Java types. So this way I am improving my result. So I can regenerate, and I can improve it. And also, finally, I want to save it to this class diagram, and this will be the final result. Here I am using a model which was, by the way, presented 1 week ago on the big presentation from OpenAI on 6th of November. GPT Turbo 1106, so 6th of November, and otherwise we can use some other model. So this is global configuration of JAIG, and for example, I want to use GPT-4, and it's easy to do. I can just add this model here as the directive. It is named directive, this one and this one. So these are additional directions how to treat this prompt. And okay, now I will generate it with GPT-4, and you will see it is more verbose and a little bit slower. It is slower in generation, and it's 10 times more expensive. That's why I try to use version 3 as much as possible, and use version 4 only if necessary, if the prompt is really complicated. Okay, fine. This is the result of generation. I wouldn't say that it is much better in our case. It is more complicated because you see, GPT-4 is like a more intelligent human. It is giving results which often are just too complicated, overcomplicated. We do not need all of these things, student number. So it's a little bit overcomplicated. So this is another reason why in many cases I prefer to use more dumb model. Yes, so basically I will use this model. Also, you're able to configure temperature. This is the default temperature setting in JAIG YAML. Theoretically, it should provide predictable results, but in practice, it is not giving predictable results for some reason. So it's still not stable, I would say, these models especially. Okay, the next thing. So now we get these results generated, but what if we need to change something? What if we need, for example, to change our model and we need to introduce another field? For example, I want to introduce another field here. I want to have the address of the student, address string. Okay, I edited this result of generation, and if I will regenerate, so we have added to class student, we have added address. If I regenerate, it will be overwritten, it will be lost, yes? So we do not have it anymore. We do not have because every time it overwrites all the changes in the result. If we want to prevent it, so you can see it is just removed. If we want to prevent it, we are able to use one of two solutions. The first solution is patch. If we will be using patch, okay, let me regenerate in the patch mode, and again, I will add address here. It was removed, but okay. I will insist and add it again, but now in the patch mode. So I am regenerating, and what will happen? So it is generating still without address, but it has created patch, and you can see it is telling, please insert after class student, please insert this line. So this line, sorry, Roman, I will please write down the questions. I will answer everything in the end because otherwise I will not fit in time. Sorry. For example, after class student, we need to add this address. So this patch will be automatically applied, and it is applied. And you see, in this case, address is kept. Yes. So this is very important feature of JAIG. And let me demonstrate how it behaves on this slide. It's possible when we're generating the code, yes, it's possible to fix the code, to make changes in the code and to make changes in the prompt. So we are able to make changes here and there. If the response is not what we expect, we're able to fix the code and we're able to fix the prompt. And then in this case, let me demonstrate this slide. We are able, oops, this is patch the code, so patch. We are able to create a patch of the code. So for example, we have generated the code and then we regenerated it, and in the same time we updated code. So this is what a user has done. Updated the code, yes. For example, we added this address as a property, and patch was generated as a comparison between old code and updated code. And this patch will be reapplied to the regenerated code. And this way we are able to keep the changes, yes. If we have both, we need to merge the results. And in this case, we are applying this patch. Okay, this is a good thing, but we have some kind of problem with patches because it is not actually stable. If we, for example, okay, I will try to add another field. phone string. Okay, probably it will work, but probably it will not, because it will generate the page that after grade of type int, it should show phone of type string. But it's possible that on next regeneration, student will not have grade, because the grade is not, it is creativity of the model itself. It is not predefined. So this grade can just disappear from the result. And what we are able to do here, so I will regenerate, we will take a look. Probably it will work, probably not. Okay, students still have grades, so basically it should work in this case. So you can see after grade, please insert phone. But in more complicated cases, for example, if grade for some reason was removed from the model, JAIG will not be able to apply this patch. And for more complicated cases, we are able to use another way how we can merge the code. We can ask artificial intelligence to merge it for us. So by the way, we have this rollback, and this rollback will remove all these files generated, including this file. It is telling, please remove this class diagram. So I will do it. Just open it and click this magic button. This is a JAIG button, which is added to IDEA. Okay. So you see the file is removed, but page is still here. If I regenerate, by the way, okay, let me regenerate one more time, and this page will be again automatically applied. If it can be applied, then it will be applied. But okay, student, and you see it wasn't being, it couldn't apply. Yes, apply page one, cannot insert. Line after doesn't exist. Yes, this is a problem. Grade int. After grade int, we were trying to insert phone, but we do not have grade in this generation, just because it is undeterministic and we are not sure what will be generated next time. And phone disappeared. We already do not have phone. So when page cannot be applied, it is telling, okay, it cannot be applied. This is what we get. So what another mechanism we can use instead of pages? We have created another mechanism. And okay, now I will remove all these codes and demonstrate merge. So what is merge? Let me first generate the initial response, yes, and then we will make the change. So this is the initial result. So class diagram, and now again I add some change. For example, I add phone here. Okay, again phone string, and now I regenerate it again, and now it is a merge mode, and it will create the merge folder. So this created merged folder. So it saved the previous result of generation to backup folder. It saved the previous result of parsing code to old folder, yes, and we have this merge. So let me demonstrate what is merge. So merge code, how it works. For example, we have updated code. As a programmer, I updated code, and I have updated prompt, for example, and I have now, or just I applied the same prompt, but the result of generation is different because it is undeterministic. And we are asking GPT, please merge it. We are not doing it with some algorithm. We are just asking GPT to merge the code. So we doing some prompt like this. Dear ChatGPT, I had old code, then programmer changed it to updated code, and you changed it to regenerated code, yes? Can you please merge all these changes? Yes, the real prompt is longer, but this is what we are going to do. So this is the result. This is the real merge prompt. Yes, it is a little bit more detailed, but basically this is it. And I'm able to execute it. And okay, in this case, JAIG will be responsible for regeneration. And okay, it is generating, and it will be merging it. And okay, student has phone. So phone is restored. Yes. So this is exactly what we wanted to achieve. And the last thing about it, we are able to automatically execute merge. We do not need to do it manually. We can use the mode apply merge. Apply merge. Apply merge. Okay, so for example, now again, I will remove everything, and okay, I again will generate the code, initial code, then I will make a change. Okay, let me do some change. Okay, again, I will add here the phone of type string, and okay, I will execute it, and it will generate the request. So this is the result of first request. You can see in class student, we do not have a phone. And then we have this second request, and this is a merge request, a JAIG merge prompts applier. And it's applied this change, and now we have phone. And finally, we have this phone added. So this is what we wanted. This is what we expected. So these possibilities allows us to, this is very important and complicated feature of JAIG. We are able not only to improve prompt, because it's often much easier, much faster not to improve the prompt, because often GPT is dumb and it's very difficult to achieve the correct result. And we're able to just to ask to please update code and merge the results. We can change code, we can change prompt, and ask it to be merged. This is very powerful. So we have two ways how we can merge these changes, yes, by patching or by merging. So patching is faster. Patching is precisely controlled because you can look at what is contained in patch file, yes. And we can open page file, see exactly what has been changed, yes. But it fails on more complicated cases, yes. And merging is slower, it's more expensive because I need to pay money for this generation. It is less reliable and cannot be controlled, but for complex cases, it is the only one which may work. Yes, because patching is quite limited and it will fail in significant changes. If you have some small changes, yes, added some imports, renamed something, yes, some minor changes, then patching is working very good. If you have some bigger changes, you should try merging. Merging is not always successful, yes, because again, it is undeterministic and it depends on the artificial intelligence. But basically, in most situations, it works quite well. Okay, so we have discussed the most important things, and now we have our model, and our model is basically good enough. So we will be using this model to create our application. So we have this user, we have two kinds of users, student and admin. We have a course and we have enrollment. So student is able to enroll to the course, and it will add the enrollment. Okay, basically this is it, but I will take, for predictability, I will take not this plant UML for the next generations, but I have the prepared version. So this is the same, but I just prepared it to be sure that it will work correctly. So this is almost the same thing. Yes, also student, administrator, enrollment between course and student. And now we will be building the application educational platform. So we will be, so the first step we already passed, domain study and domain model development. We have this domain model in the UML, and this is the result of the first step. UML we already have. And now we will go to the next step, implementing the domain model in Java. So we want to have this implemented in Java. So the first step is defined here in one requirements, and the second step in two requests basic. Okay, and what we will do here, we will generate domain model based on UML diagrams. We will distribute classes to packages, validate the domain model by populating test data, and validate it by generating simple user interface. Okay, let's start. And I close requirements, and the next prompt will generate domain model based on this plant UML, on this domain model taken from here. Yes. Okay, I will start it, and it is generating Java code, already Java code. So it generates classes, it generates courses, enrollment, so everything. So this is good, but this is not complete. We need to put it to the packages. And okay, I will be using these split packages. I am asking, please break all classes into packages, taking into account that base package is app JTutor edu platform model. Divide into packages according to the purpose of each class. Okay, I will execute it, and it will present me. It is not the code, but it is some distribution of the classes. I can edit it. If I don't like it, I can edit it. But for me, it is okay. So these three classes will be in this package. This class will be in this package, and this one will be in this package. Okay, fine. And the next thing, here I am asking too much. Sometimes if your prompt is too complicated, if you want it to do too many things at once, the result is not what you expect. Yes. For example, here you can see the result. It is not showing package. It is not showing imports. So this is not expected result. We cannot work with this. Instead of package name, it just shows me the package. So the basic idea of this pipeline is that we are able to split our complicated task to some smaller subtasks. And the result of smaller subtasks is predictable, and JAIG is able to solve it. This is like if you have, for example, junior developer in your team, it's better to give some smaller task, because if you give the bigger task, he will not be able to solve it. And okay, so this is not working. This is not what we expect. And I will split it into some smaller steps. And here I am telling, please take this prompt response. So please take these classes. Please take these split packages. Yes. So please take this and this, and give the package name at the first line, and generate class name without the properties. For now, without the properties. This is what I asked, and this is what I received. So basically, it is quite a good result. So this is the name of the package, and this is the name of the class. But it is not complete for sure. And on the next step, I am asking it, please take properties from here, from prompt response, again from here, yes, and fill it to these classes. Yes, now you should put it to the classes. Also, make sure that all imports are correct and match the packages created. Make sure that all classes are included. Initialize all collections to empty list or empty set or empty map. And make sure all imports are added. So I will generate it, and now it will generate us the final result. Sometimes it depends not on me. It takes time from side of Open API. Sometimes I need just to restart. Okay, it is generating, and now, okay, it is generating the code, and it is able to parse it. Now it's parsed. When code can be parsed automatically? When it contains complete information about the class. So this is the name of the package, then imports, then class. Okay, this is another package and class. This is another package and class. And in case if all these things are defined, yes, so it is able to parse all this code, yes, and it is telling, okay, J-code parser. This is another thing. J-code parser is able to put the results of the generation to the correct folders. So it is doing, so one moment, this is, so parsing, this is a parsing step. So it is parsing the code, and the parsed code is distributed over the folders, yes? So now it is able to put every class to this corresponding folder, to the correct folder, depending on the name of the package, yes? Course is placed here, enrollment is placed here, and also it copied it to the sources. Now it is already in the sources. Okay, it is in the sources. Not everything is quite good, because you can see here in course and in student we have some kind of error. It didn't import, it forgot to import array list, but all the rest is correct. So it generated domain model in Java now and put it, organized it to the correct folders. Okay, fine. And we're able easily to just import classes. This will be a small fix, but instead of it, we will be using this prompt. Please take all the files in src main Java folder. For now, we have only the model, and check all the imports. Go through classes and make sure all the necessary imports are added. If some imports are missing, add them. Remove unused imports. Print the code of updated classes. Yes. Result contain only code. Okay, I will generate it, and it will recheck all the imports. Yes. Okay, and again, it is taking time. Sometimes it is a rush hour out now, especially America is wake up. So it depends not on my side, it depends on their servers. They are sometimes, okay, it is generating. So and let me see what will change. Okay, the problems have gone. Yes, array list was added to imports successfully, and now we have everything. Okay, everything is working now, and now we want to add Lombok. I am telling, add Lombok data annotation for all domain classes, add all necessary imports. Okay, and it is regenerating the same code, but with data annotation, and in this case, we're using Lombok. Again, it is updated all the code, and you can see everywhere we have this data annotation added, so Lombok is applied. Okay, fine. And now we will generate the program which will, okay, for now I will remove this one, which will populate the domain model with test data. And here we have generated 2 students and 4 courses. Okay, it is generating all these things. This is very good. So this is the test data populator. It is populating the test data, and okay, let me try to execute it. So I'm trying to execute it, and okay, fine. Students enrolled in Java programming. So these 2 students, they were added, and enrollments were added. And okay, now our domain model is actually used. And now on the next step, I will generate the user interface application, command line user interface. I will start generation. I am using GPT-4 because it is too complicated task for GPT-3. And here I am taking the model, and I'm asking to generate command line tool, which will be able to add a student, find a student, enroll a student to a course, add a course, and find a course. So, and resulting class should be in the package. This one, verify that all necessary imports were added. So this is usually need to be added. Result should contain ready to run code with all methods implemented. So as you can see, it is generating the code. This is really good. It is generating the code. And finally, okay, it is it has generated the code, and let's try to execute it. So this is our program, and I will try to run it. Okay, and educational platform menu, add a student. Okay, I will try to add student. Okay, I will add myself. This is my email, some email. Okay, I was added successfully. Then I want to add a course. Okay, artificial intelligence, AI with JAIG. Okay, fine. And now I will enroll a student to the course. So student is me, and I will enroll to AI. Okay, student enrolled in course successfully, and I will now find a course. Okay, AI. Oops, something not work. So it happens. It happens that something is not working for some reason, and I even know the reason. So this is this happens because in enrollment toString is trying to it is using not directly data from the user, but it is using somewhere. It is using enrollment toString. So we can check, we can change it manually. We can regenerate the program. We can add the fix. Usually, it is undeterministic. I didn't expect it. It happens sometimes. I can just try to regenerate the code. Maybe it is the simplest way how to fix it. Try to regenerate the code. Often it helps. Sometimes it doesn't help. Maybe we will have some another problem. And finally, if the problem is complicated, probably you need to dig into this problem and try to fix it. Actually, to dig what really has happened and what goes wrong. But probably it is trying to use enrollment toString, and enrollment toString are using student toString. So this leads to Stack Overflow. Okay, I will try just to regenerate now. Not sure if it will help, but okay, we will try. Okay, I will run again. Okay, add a student. Lot. Yes. Add a course AI. And okay, enroll student. Lot AI, find a course AI. Okay, now it works. So you see, regeneration helps in this case. But for more complicated cases, probably you need to dig into the code because it's not often regeneration helping. Yes, enrolled courses, student Vlad. Okay, I can add somebody else. Add a student. I don't know, Mary DXC.com. For example, yes, okay, enroll her, Mary to AI, and okay, now I should be able to see two students, enrolled students, Vlad and Mary. Okay, this is fine. This works. Okay, so this way we have finished this basic step. And now we will go to the next step, and now we will be introducing persistence. And we will be using Spring Data and GPA persistence. And here I mostly used GPT-4 because it's quite complicated thing. And I'm asking it to introduce some annotations for GPA annotations. I'm asking add GPA support to the model. Use Jakarta persistence package instead of JavaX persistence. This is because it is learned on the older sources, and older sources, you know, this package has been changed recently. Okay, and okay, I should check. So the classes now have all necessary annotations, GPA annotations. This is really good. And I now want to generate repositories. I'm asking to generate Spring Data repositories. Okay, it is generating repositories. And well, these are repositories generated. It gives a time. I can configure it. It gives a time to stop it. If I don't like the result, I can stop it, but I make it intentionally small because for demonstration purposes, not to lose time on this countdown, but it is configurable. Okay, and these are repositories. So repositories, it is empty, but it is generated. That's a good thing. Okay, and now I want to generate a program which will allow to save some data and to have this data in our database. So test data, it will take test data populator and create another class, test data populator DB, and it will put all this data to the database. And okay, it is generating the code, and now it is Spring application, and let me execute it. So you can see here we have the problem with post construct. Yes. Okay, JavaX annotation. This is just because I didn't tell it that please not use JavaX annotation, use Jakarta annotation. So I can tell it, I can just make this small fix. I will not spend time now, but I can tell to prompt. I can add it to the prompt. Okay, let me start it and let's look how it works. It executes Spring and it should keep all this data to the database. Okay. And okay, no errors. Let's check our database. I will open H2 console here. And okay, let me check. Okay, the courses were added. Okay, students were added to students. Yes, John Doe and Jane Smith. Okay, so our database is filled with the data, but to be completely sure that everything works correctly, we want to load data from the database. And this is just for validation of our model. So we kept data in the database, and now we're loading data from the database. Okay, and it is loading data from the database. Okay, this is another Spring Boot application, and I will comment out this application just because it's impossible configuration when we have two Spring Boot applications in the same folder, and it will put it also to the same folder. Okay, and so we have this loader. I asked it to use service because we need to have transaction. It forgot to add import. Okay, I import for it, not a problem. I can run the prompt, but okay, it's not difficult to add the import. And okay, let me try to load data from the database. And okay, it is executing Spring application. There are some problems here. The file is locked. This is because I connected here. Okay, I should disconnect. And let me run more time. File is locked. No, database is already in use. I have running application. Okay, let me stop everything. One moment. Okay. Okay, it demonstrated the course details. So this is the course, Java programming, and it is loaded from the database. Yes, Java programming, this is the description. This is the list of enrolled students. This is another course and all the details. Another course, all the details. So we have everything loaded from the database and all our code is generated successfully. And the next step. So we have now domain model, already persistent domain model with JPA persistence and repositories. And the next step to implement is REST API, implementation of REST API, controllers, tests. So I will demonstrate it. And for this purpose, to go to the next step, first of all, I will generate empty Spring application. This is just minimalistic Spring application. So it just very, very small and minimal. Okay, just to execute. And as I do not need to have several applications, Spring applications in the same folder, I will comment out others. Okay, this is our basic application. And the next thing to do, I will be use this YAML. So this is one of another very powerful feature of JAIG, and I will explain how it behaves. One moment, I need to find it. Okay, JAIG templates. What is JAIG templates? we are able to create the templates for the prompts. So we're able to create template which will have some placeholders. For example, here we have some placeholder. Entity is a placeholder, and we can put some details from the requirements. Yes, we're creating this YAML file with the requirements, with the name of entity, and in this case, templates, these prompts are able to be applied to any domain, to any business domain. It makes it universal. It makes it applicable to any business details. Yes. So for this purpose, we have these templates. I will show you how it can be done, how it looks. So you can see here we have these placeholders, requirements, for example. Yes. And I will just click or open course YAML. Yes. And I will press this button, and it will apply these requirements to this universal pipeline of the prompts. So this is universal. It can be applied to any, to generation of any entity with any requirements. And it makes the prompt sequence really universal. And okay, let me run it. I'm running it, and it generated the prompts. And now we have, it is specific now to the course. Yes, because we generated for the course. It added the requirements from the course from here. Yes, it added all the details, courses. So all placeholders was replaced. And now I will generate. The first step here is to generate REST API. So REST API will be presented in the format of IDEA test. So we will be using test-driven development, and in test-driven development, we are generating first tests. For now, we do not have tests. We have only, for every requirement, we have generated endpoint. For example, this requirement, okay, and this is the endpoint. Post here, and this is example data, yes. For this requirement, we have this endpoint. For every requirement, we have generated endpoint. At this stage, you're able to edit these endpoints if you do not like the created endpoints. So you are able to agree the format with the client, with someone, yes. But okay, we go further, and the second step is intentionally skipped because it is not needed for course. And it is used only for enrollment, but I will not demonstrate. And now we will generate the test. So it is integrational test. We are in TDD approach. We are first generating the tests. So for every endpoint, we have the test. And then only then we are generating the code. Okay, so we have all the tests generated in IDEA format, yes, and it is also saved to REST folder, so it contains the test. This is fine, and the next step is to generate a controller. So we're asking to generate a controller, and okay, please generate the controller based on the course having course repository and course, having all these requirements, yes, and having these endpoints. So it is generating the controller to implement every endpoint. And if we will take a look at this controller, for now we have only the controller. And if I open the controller, we can see course service is not yet generated. We do not have it. And that's why we have many errors. And on the next step, we generate service. Okay, we are telling, please generate a service and implement course service. Make sure that course service has all necessary methods used in course controller, and it is generating course service for every call from the course controller. So, okay, it is generating. You see this speed is faster or slower. It depends on OpenAPI or OpenAI API. for some reason it gets slower, but here we're using GPT-4. This is one of the reasons, because only for generating service, because service is a little bit more complicated. That's why we're using also it generated the update in the repository. Okay, fine. And let's look. So in course controller, these errors has gone, but we still do not have DTO, and we will ask to generate it. And okay, course service also generated. We still do not have DTO. So on the next step, we will generate DTO. Let me ask it to generate DTO. Please generate DTO. Okay, DTO is generated, course DTO, and now we have all necessary actually, yes. So we have course controller, all problems resolved. We have the course service, yes, also everything fine. And we have also course repository which was updated. This method was added. Okay, that's good. We are able to skip this step because we do not need to update the repository, and we are able to run it already. Okay, I will stop this application, and I will try to run my platform. Okay, I am running the platform now. Okay, so this platform is started, and I will open the test now, and I want to check if it is working correctly. I will go through the steps. Okay, something not works correctly. You can see it happens. It happens that some steps is not working correctly for some reason. I don't know why, but most probably, okay, let me check. I was not able to find the course by name. Response status is not 200. And okay, let me check if I have some errors here. Okay, I have checked. I have error here. This is integrity constraint violation. This is because I had some data before in the database, and it is incorrect somehow. So I will just remove all the data. Okay, I will just stop and just remove the old database and recreate it from scratch. So I will just again start the application. Let me start it again. Okay, and let me try again. Okay, and now it works. Now it works. So everything, the course was added. We were able to find it by name. We were able to find by ID, find all courses. Everything is working, and you can see all tests successfully passed. Okay, and another problem which we are going to solve. For now, we're able to add two courses with the same name. If I, for example, execute adding Java programming, it added Java programming with ID 2, and I'm able to add the same course again. So it doesn't have the validation that this course is already exists, yes? And for this purpose, I will create the uniqueness test. So I'm asking, please generate a test which will create a course with a course name, create a duplicate course with the same course name, and check the duplicate course is not created. Okay, and it generated the test. I can take a look. This is the test. Okay, add the course, Python programming, add this course again. And okay, we are checking that this second course is not created. Okay, and if I try to execute it now, it fails, yes, because it doesn't work. But I'm able to fix it. I'm able to fix it. Let me start this. And how? What is the fix? So you can see here we have added the code. Existing course. We find the course by name. If the course is already existing, we throw exception, course duplicate exception in this case. But what is the problem? That we have received not the complete code from ChatGPT. You can see the result is not complete code. We have this comment or other methods. And it's very difficult in many situations. It's very difficult to get rid of this incomplete code. And for this purpose, I created a special directive merge incomplete. So what it is doing, it is taking this incomplete code and merge it with existing code with another merge request. So this merge request is already executed. This is the merge request. It was already executed, and you can see after execution. So creating merge of two files, old and new. AI generated not complete code, but only updates. We need to merge it with existing code. And it is merging it. So it is merging global exception handler, and also it is merging course service. So course service is also merged, and now we have the complete course service. And also it added this change. So now we should be able to check. Okay, let me, I will open the controller to make sure that everything works correctly. Okay, controller contains the, not controller, service. We have the problem again with the import, not a big deal. Okay, import. Okay, fine. So the necessary course exists. So we're trying to find by name. If this course already existed, we throw exception. And we have global exception handler, which will wrap it into the message to the user. Okay, let's restart our application. So, okay, I will restart it. And now, okay, let me now try to add two courses twice. And if I try, so first time it worked, I was able to add Python programming, but if I try to add the same course again, I get the error message. Course with name Python programming already exists. So this is exactly what expected. Okay, great. The last two steps is to implement unit test. Okay, this is a rather simple thing. We have another one, directive test. Test will tell it to write results not in src main Java folder, but to test folder. And this will allow us to keep data. Okay, test, course controller test. Okay, fine. Let me, it generated, this is a unit test with mocking. So it is injecting mocks, and let me try to run it. Okay. For now, it has not complete code, only add course for some reason. Yes, not complete code. I can try to generate a unit test. I can try to ask, please implement the test methods for all the methods in the controller. Okay, fine. So you can see, by the way, Copilot helps me to write prompts. This is another thing. So it is helping to write the prompts, really. Very helpful. I do not need to write everything myself. This is the part which I am able to delegate to Copilot partially. Yes. Okay. So okay, now it has methods for every endpoint, and let me rerun it. And okay, add course. Oh, still only add course. Why? Add course. Okay. Oh, we should be able to execute all these methods. Okay. All tests have passed, so we have easily generated the tests for our controller, and with mocks, with everything necessary. And the last stage here is to generate Spring Dog documentation. I am giving it our responses, controller and service, and ask it to add operation and API response to course controller class. So in this case, we will be able to generate Swagger Open API documentation. Okay, let me now restart the application to apply the changes. Okay, so we have now the controller will with all Swagger annotations added, with documentation. And okay, let me open Swagger UI. Okay, and we have this course controller documentation, and we're able to, for example, to add the course. Let me try to add the course. Okay, for now, let me first look. I do not have the courses. Find out, execute. Okay, I have Python programming. For now, I have single course Python programming. And okay, I want to add another course. Let me add course JAIG, for example. Amazing tool. And I will execute it. Okay, JAIG amazing tool is added, and I can check that. Okay, find all courses. I am able to find both of them. Okay, fine, it works. So now we have the complete documentation and in open API format as well. And this is it. This is it for these steps, for this sequence. And we were able to generate the complete services, endpoints, controllers, everything for the course. And we can do the same for the student, for the enrollment. Yes, the requirement is different. Yes, entity is another one. The requirements are different for student by name, for student by email address, and so on. But it's very easy again to do. I just open requirements, I click this button, and it will generate the prompts for the generating students. So we are using templates here with all its power. I will not show you everything. And one another thing, I am able to create a batch. Okay, this is a batch. So idea of the batch is that I am able to start it, and it will apply every of these requests one by one in automatic mode. This is not always a good idea to do this, just because you'd better validate every step. Yes, because there could be some problems in the generation, but it is slow. I will not wait for it now, but it is okay. It started generation. So first it is generating endpoints, then it is generating tests. It is already generating tests. One by one, it is running every prompt. And then it will start generation controller. And for sure, it puts everything to the corresponding folder, yes, in completely automatic mode. So batch processing allows us to automate everything. So now it is adding student service, generating student service. Okay, this is on this step, yes. These are some additional words, but they will be ignored by the parser. So code parser will be able to parse it. And okay, this is a student DTO. And okay, this is the repository, updated repository. Okay, and this is uniqueness for the generation. This is student service updated. Yes. Again, not all methods generated, and not all exceptions generated. And now it is generating test for controller. For some reason, it didn't merge. That's why I said that everything have to be. It's not so automatical as it could be, but oh, let me look. Okay, it finished actually the generation, and theoretically it should be working. Not sure exactly, but okay, we have the student controller. Okay, student controller is fine, and we have, for example, this student service and student service. Okay, and also we have. And in student controller, we have this Swagger documentation. Okay, let me try to restart our server and take a look. Probably it will be working, but maybe it needs more detailed testing. I'm not sure completely, but most probably it will be just work. Okay, I will regenerate. okay, we have a student controller, and we should be able, okay, let me try to add some student. Okay, I will add log, and okay, yes, I don't know. Okay, it was added successfully, and basically looking like it works. Yes, so okay, this is the student. So we easily were able to add generate the same but for another entity, and it is a huge amount of code generated actually. Okay, fine. And the last thing to demonstrate, the last stage, is natural language interface development. Maybe the most interesting. I see that some of participants already left, but natural language interface development. We will generate a client for JavaScript REST API, turn a natural language query into JavaScript code. This is a small demonstration, but also quite impressive. Okay, let me show. This is the last step. We are close, approaching the finish. Okay, again, we have the requirements. We will generate the client and signature. So what is the client? Client, in this case, is a wrapper for our, this is just a wrapper for our endpoints. So this endpoint, all these endpoints are having JavaScript wrappers generated. Okay, so we have these wrappers generated, and also we need to generate the signatures, because we are going to these methods, generated methods, are actually used as callbacks. So natural ChatGPT will be able to execute one or another method. Yes. And that's why we need to generate signatures. Signatures provides detailed information about what methods we have, what functions we have, and what are the types of input parameters. For signatures, we are using TypeScript, because we need to give ChatGPT more information about which types will be used. And okay, we will demonstrate. Okay, let me open local host 8080. So this is our interface. And what I will be doing, I will ask, show me all courses, for example, and it will generate the request using my API, using my signatures, yes, because it created the prompt and included all these API which it is able to use, and it analyzed my request and found out that, okay, I am able to use find all courses, and I'm able to execute, and I see these courses to be added, yes. Okay, and in addition, I'm able to generate code with comments. So this is the comment with comments, and I also have the mode for non-programmers, for like no code programming. Yes, I can create this request, and this is execution plan. So it is what it is doing to it is going to do, and I can execute it. Or if I don't like this plan, I cannot execute it. Okay, now let me do something more complicated. Add course AI. Okay, and I want to, okay, add a new course AI with name AI and description, a course about artificial intelligence. Return the newly added course. Okay, if I like it, and this is the code, yes, and this is just the comments. And intentionally, I asked ChatGPT to generate comments which could be understandable for non-programmers, yes, without terminology, but with all input parameters. So I didn't provide the description. This is description what was created. And okay, I'm able to execute, and this course was added. And okay, I am able to ask now change description of AI course to using JAIG, for example. Yes, okay. Again, I look at execution plan, find course with name AI, change description to using JAIG, return updated course. Okay, okay, it successfully executed. I'm able to ask add Java and JavaScript courses. Okay, again, it is generating the plan. Okay, so this is natural language interface for our system. We're able to make the requests. And okay, now with this simple prompt, it was able to add these two courses at once. Yes, and I am able to ask, show me the courses in CSV format. Okay, and I'm sending request. Get all courses, convert list of courses to CSV, return CSV. Okay, then okay, here we go. This is CSV format of the courses. So I can do many things, and it will be using my API, which we generated, yes, with information about course DTO, which is used here with all the parameters, with all available functions, to be able to create the code. And here we're able easily to execute it and provide the natural language interface for our system. Okay, this is really good. And okay, one another thing, we're able to generate also SQL code. But okay, for example, here we are asking, sign up John Lennon and George Harrison for the JAIG course. But you should be very attentive. This is very dangerous thing, yes, especially if you allow this to be converted to changes, because you know what is in SQL injection, and this way it's very easy to make any changes in the database. You need to apply many restrictions if you want to allow to run SQL code on your system. This is also applicable for even for this interface, because we can just ask, please remove everything from our database, and it will remove everything. But here it is not as dangerous as for SQL. But SQL is very powerful, and you do not even to create the controllers, services, everything. Yes, you can just directly translate natural language to SQL. Okay, and okay, we are approaching the finish. I know you are tired. This is the list of all the features of JAIG, the big number of various features, and development cycle with JAIG. So what is the idea of development cycle here? We're able to create universal pipeline of the prompts, yes, and we're able to apply it to any business domain. So here we have the prompts, universal prompts sequence and the requirements, and we are asking it to join and to generate a code. And this way we are able to separately change the pipeline, how we generate our application, because you know every application has its own style, how the standard things are implemented. And separately we have the requirements. Yes, we can add something to the requirements and go pass through the same steps in the prompt. And if we compare Spring with JAIG, for example, code and configuration, for example, here we are comparing what Spring is doing. It separates code and configuration. So this is the main idea. It builds application from two parts, code and configuration. And JAIG is doing something similar, but for the code. It separates the generation of the code, rules how the code is generated from the requirements of the project. Yes, so it also provides loose coupling between requirements and the prompt sequence. And okay, Maven and JAIG, it's also a little bit similar, because both of them are like a build tool, and both of them are having the life cycle. So life cycle here allows us to go through steps like compile, build, package, deploy. In JAIG, we're able to go through steps prompt, request, where we have some inclusions of the sources, response, parse this prompt, merge this prompt, and finally, here we, as the final result, we have an application, and here we have the code, which can be used then with other tools, with Maven, to build application. Okay, and if we compare Copilot and JAIG, yes, Copilot helps us to generate the code, but so if we take a look at two possibilities, writing all the code manually and generating all the code automatically, we would say that Copilot helps, but it helps in some cases, yes. So with Copilot, we may have probably 20% of code generated. But with JAIG, we're able to get maybe 80%. This is a rude estimate, but about 80% of code automatically generated, and only 20% of code have to be handwritten. And this is what makes this tool really revolutionary, I believe. Okay, so this is it. Two additional features, just 2 minutes of your time, which I didn't demonstrate. One feature is a possibility to do refactoring. It is not unique for JAIG, but it is actually very easy to do. Just 2 minutes and I finish. For example, we want to, I will take some code for refactoring. Let me take, for example, course controller. Okay, let me take course service maybe. Okay, service and okay, course service. And okay, let me take this code. Okay. And I will execute JAIG in refactoring mode. And for example, I'm telling JAIG in refactoring mode. I can ask it, please add comments. For example, please add comments. C is a shortcut for add comments. I can just write to add comments. Okay, it added comments, and I'm able to press 2 to replace the initial code fragment with the response. Okay, 2 is applied, and okay, the comments were added. Yes, you can see it is very easy to make some change in the code this way. So this is not unique. There are plugins which are doing about the same, but this feature is also built into JAIG. So we're able to do anything with this, with the code. Yes. For example, if we have where is our program? Okay, for example, this code. I want to improve this code, and I'm asking, please, I don't know, please replace this code with functional. Okay. And it is generating the response. It took the code. It is okay. It is able to replace it with this code. If I like it, I can press 2 and enter. And okay, why it is okay. Okay, and okay, it is. Sorry, something. It should be working. Let me. Okay, right in functional style. Okay. Okay, it is in functional style. Okay, 2. Okay, it is updated to the functional style, you see. So now we're using for each. So it is quite easy if you have some portion of code, and if you want to change it, to refactor it, it is also quite easy to use JAIG. Just select this code, press this magic button and use it. Okay, and the last thing, the very last thing to demonstrate, I will expose my server to outside. This is how I am able to expose it. So I'm having this server running, and this way I'm able to open it on the from the externally. And okay, I will go to ChatGPT and demonstrate you the new feature, very cool feature, to create GPTs. Okay, I will open here, create GPT. Okay, and okay, I will create the GPT. This is like custom GPT. Edu platform, for example. This is the name of GPT, and I don't need web browsing and DALL-E, but I want to add actions, and for this purpose, I will add my one moment. I will add the API. I will add the API of my system. Oops. Where is it? Okay, I am opening Swagger UI, and okay, I will open this link. And okay, this link contains all documentation of my service in open API format, yes, because it is automatically generated by Swagger. And I will import it to ChatGPT. Okay, import. Okay, it is importing. And after the import, okay, I will also need to change it here. And okay, it will be aware with to all our endpoints. I will also add the policy. Just policy. Okay, and fine, I will save it. Only people with link. I can share the link now. You will be able to also to try. And what we can do here, show me the courses. Now it will be connected to my system, to my database. And I have created custom, always allow. I have created my custom GPT with connection to my data. Okay, this is the courses from my database. Python programming, JAIG, AI, Java, JavaScript, these are courses from my database. And okay, great. Add course, I don't know, Java with JAIG. Okay. And it is sending request to my system. Okay, allow. And but this is very cool feature, but it is available only for GPT Plus users. Yes, you need to have subscription. So this is paid feature. The course has been successfully added. It focuses on exploring Java programming. Okay, show me all courses in table format. Okay, here is, and it will show the courses, Python programming, JAIG. Okay, this is the list of all our courses. So I can do all the things which I were able to do, and it is even easier. But here I cannot control how it is executing. What is the benefit here? That I am able to control the execution plan, and here I do not need to pay, or my clients do not need to pay for ChatGPT Plus. So this is the cool feature introduced just a week ago on 6th of November. Very, very, very interesting thing, but it's limited. And also we have the maximal amount of queries, 50 queries per 3 hours. This is it. Okay, that's all for my demonstration. I will share this project and JAIG itself with you. I'm actually, I don't know. I will share it with our administrator. And now, if you are still here and if you are still available, you are able to ask the question. Is there a way to restrict version of Java, version of libraries for JAIG? Better to write, use library. It's possible, but it depends on the OpenAI, you're just creating, you're asking in prompt, please generate code for this version of Java. It's not related to JAIG. And if, for example, JAIG doesn't know about some feature, you can tell it, you can give the description of new feature. For example, JAIG isn't aware about some feature of Java 21, yes, and you can provide documentation, and it will most probably will be able to do it. Okay,